Ho, ho, howdy, howdy!
Hello?
And welcome to But It Was Aliens, the paranormal comedy podcast where we probe paranormal events to decide, for the questionable benefit of humanity, whether those events really were paranormal. I'm your host this week, and my name is Kevin John, honourable and trustworthy bearer of the good name. And alongside me, with no idea what's coming up today, is Mr. Granville Moonwalker.
I walk on moons.
Today, it's Christmas! Well, I suppose that depends when you're listening, but as far as we are concerned, today, it's Christmas! Christmas in England is known for a few things. Decking the halls with boughs of holly, mistletoe, eggnog, carols, Christmas trees, tinsel, elves, being sick on Christmas morning after necking quad vodkas. Most well known of all though, no, it's not Jesus anymore, it's Santa Claus. Oh, Saint Nicholas. We've covered Krampus before during Christmas 2021, which was episode 98 for those wondering, but we've never actually probed Santa themselves. And when you think about it, Santa is basically a freaking wizard. There is a lot to unpick.
There is. Never again will I be necking quad vodkas before Christmas Day.
Nope. Or you'll be decking the halls with other stuff. Various bodily fluids. Pretty much every single one you can think of.
No, I didn't shit myself or piss myself.
Allegedly.
Definitely not. However, we are much older now and we don't drink anywhere near as much as we used to. So it's quite possible that would happen on next quad vodkas now.
I legit, and I'm not joking here, think that if I tried to drink as much as I used to as a younger man, I'd probably die.
Same.
I don't think I don't think my body would allow it. I think my body would just shut down and wouldn't.
I just shuddered thinking about what we used to drink.
Those were the days. As we've semi-established before, Santa came from traditions associated with Saint Nicholas.
Saint Nicholas!
Saint Nick!
Nicholas! Nicholas! Bum, bum, Nicholas!
We are going to head in a different direction, but just to recap.
We going left or right?
Backwards.
Ooh. We always go backwards.
Forwards. Just to recap, Saint Nicholas of Myra
Nicholas!
was most likely a Greek bishop of Myra, you see, which is today southwest Turkey, in the 300s Common Era. This was the Roman Empire. Romans didn't like... Oh, he's Roman. Romans didn't like Christians. Just waiting for Christian's theme, but you don't know it, do you?
No.
Christian!
I apologise, people.
Nicholas
Coffee.
was orphaned at a young age and was left with vast wealth, but Nicholas had also been raised as a devout Christian. Nicholas obeyed the word of Jesus and begun giving his wealth to the poor, becoming a bishop at a young age.
Was he Batman?
Could be the inspiration. Or he could have been Batman. It is believed that during the Roman persecution of Christians, Nicholas was at one point captured and tortured. After being murked pretty hard, Nicholas was exiled but continued in his ways, giving his riches to the poor. Bishop Nicholas's perhaps most famous deed was when Nicholas became aware of a local, dedicated Christian who was just poor as shit. The family had 3 daughters, and due to the impoverished state of the family, there was no choice except for sex work for the family to get by as to get married. A dowry had to be paid to the future in-laws. Nicholas, upon learning of this predicament, provided dowries to all 3 daughters, saving them from a life of forced rogering to survive. It's said that Nicholas actually dropped these dowries down the chimney, and they fell into a stocking hanging by the chimney, giving rise to the tradition of Christmas stockings. We previously covered old St. Nicholas's wonder miracle of reviving 3 children who had been pickled in jars of brine by a butcher, which means that Nicholas had the power of healing. So that's flight, or at the very least, crazy parkour ability and healing. That in itself isn't human, is it?
Parkour.
Depending how high the houses were for him to get to the chimney, of course.
Absolutely. He might have stood on a bale of hay and just walked across the roof.
Parkour! He don't step, he parkours!
Jumps off, does a roll on the floor. Parkour! Were these magic powers bestowed upon him from the Lord himself?
Well, I
Or
guess
themselves?
that in itself is arguable, isn't it? Some may claim that. We've covered before connections between angels and deities and aliens.
Whilst being tortured, did he have these crazy powers? So were they torturing him and he was just like, "No, I suppose this will be done in a couple of minutes"? Or did the powers manifest the powers? Did the torturing manifest his powers?
That's the way I'm going. They broke this person, kind of like 11 in Stranger Things. And once...
Still not seen that.
Oh... Oh, Granville.
I don't think I'm ever going to watch it now.
Crikey. I'm just quitting the episode now. So many a reference has been lost.
Is it worth watching, really?
It's incredible.
Okay, that's your word.
Yeah.
Listeners out there, probers, if Stranger Things is worth watching, let us know at Extraterrestrial Towers, or let me know, really. He's already watched it. I'm very reluctant to go back and watch. Well, I'm not very reluctant. It's just a case of making time. But is it worth me investing my time in going back to watch Stranger Things?
You'd probably really dig the most recent season.
Would I dig it, sucker?
You're on a proper wrestling thing today.
You keep dropping them in this episode.
Not intentionally. I'm trying to drop Stranger Things. What we haven't covered before is that it is said that Saint Nicholas once captured Satan themselves. I'm just throwing this out there. What if Saint Nicholas didn't capture Satan, but indeed was Satan and Krampus, all the same being? Santa, Satan. It's even the same freaking letters. He changed the name and moved on. By the time of St. Nicholas's death, Christianity had become a legalized and popular religion. We previously covered the bones of Bishop cum Saint Nicholas being moved by merchants to Italy during the Krampus episode, and these remain a pilgrimage site today. Nicholas became the saint of charitable fraternities and guilds, merchants, sailors, unmarried girls, children, pawnbrokers, Amsterdam and Moscow. Those are some honourable and trustworthy subjects. Many years after his death, Nicholas began appearing and reportedly saving people. For example, a group of Crete pirates once looted the Church of St. Nicholas and kidnapped a kid on their way out of town. A year later, Nicholas appeared at the pirate kingdom and took the child, Basilios, dropping him home. Flying and teleporting wizard.
Do you reckon Satan was like, I just move this N and put it, like, swap it around here. No one's going to know shit.
Exactly.
They won't get that. It's just like disguise.
It's so silly that it's genius.
It's like he puts a hat on and just goes, I'm now incognito.
He's like 13 feet tall, giant red with a pointy tail. Puts the hat on, nobody recognises.
Yeah. So, some little demon walks past. Hey there, Satan.
Shut up, guy! Nicholas had passed away on December the 6th, 343 Common Era, and that day became the day of the Feast of St. Nicholas, later St. Nicholas's Day, where the man who gives gifts to the poor was celebrated. During the 1600s, the Dutch journeyed to New Amsterdam in the American colonies, and with them, the Dutch brought that celebration of the feast day of St. Nicholas. The Dutch Santa Claus had grown out of St. Nicholas and would arrive by steamboat and ride over houses on a grey horse because he's an effing wizard. Santa Claus would then become Santa Claus, and the 1823 poem A Visit from St. Nicholas, also known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, dropped in New York's Troy Sentinel, solidifying today's image. Thus begun the legend of a lovely old man with wizard powers. Christmas Day was by this time, December the 25th, originally a Roman Empire solstice and indeed pagan celebration, which was chosen likely as it encouraged the Roman world to adopt Christianity through thinking of Jesus on a celebration day. People mimicked the three wise men giving gifts to Jesus. The similar customs of St. Nicholas Day moved to Christmas Day. Interestingly, in 1969, Nicholas was demoted by the Vatican, meaning that his celebration is now optional. The Vatican wiped old Nick. Why would they do that, I ask you? In the Oxford Dictionary, the Oxford English Dictionary, Old Nick means, quite simply, the devil.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Look it up. Look it up.
No.
Yep.
So sorry to interrupt you here.
Well, you haven't. I'm waiting for you.
They've demoted this celebration, and now it's possibly the biggest celebration in the world. He was like, oh, demote me, huh? I'll fucking show you. Mm-hmm. Although I'm pretty sure the Vatican Do the Vatican celebrate it?
Someone in the Vatican figured it out.
Do you reckon someone in the Vatican right now goes, God damn you, Satan, every time it's Christmas Day?
The one person in the Vatican who knows the truth.
Sitting there shaking their fist.
Damn you, Satan! You think you've won?
Or they've got that Arthur fist going on.
And it no longer has anything to do, like people don't, well it does, but it doesn't. People don't as closely associate it with Jesus, so.
No, not at all.
Damn you, Saint Nick. Santa, then. Part Saint Nicholas, part Sinterklaas, part Tudor jolly drunken party legend, Father Christmas. Santa is a mystical being with powers. What powers, you ask? I don't know. How about the power of flight? That do anything for you? That's levitation, Holmes. How about the ability to kill a yak from 200 yards away with mind bullets? That's telekinesis, G. How about the power to move you?
How?
Santa also has longevity. Santa is forever after all, and the ability to fit through any chimney or indeed other opening where a chimney is lacking. Santa can eat billions of cookies and glasses of milk and whiskey in one night without impacting upon his ability to drive.
Lucky bastard.
It may also be that Santa can make it snow and teleport, which makes it kind of redundant to be able to fly and fit through small holes like Moonwalker. Santa's biggest ability, however, is allegedly to bring joy to children. Truthfully. Santa spends the year, all year, every year, in his secret base at the North Pole in Canada or in Greenland, or perhaps hidden in a parallel dimension, building in his workshop. It's said that Santa builds presents for children and watches children to see who's behaving. Santa has also been loyally married to Mrs. Claus for millennium and is king of the elves.
And what's elves in other tongue? Demons! So imagine Santa's there, right? Mm-hmm. Making toys all year round, slaving in his workshop. And then parents are like, toys he gives a shit. We're just going to go out and buy our own and give them to the kids.
What's this wooden block supposed to be?
So
where'd you plug it in?
In them no longer accepting gifts from Santa and buying their own, they are weakening Santa. Either that or they're infuriating him.
So you're suggesting either they're making Santa pissed or Santa feeds on belief, essentially.
Yes. So he's either...
like an old god.
Yes.
An old evil god. Kind of like it.
He could be getting more powerful as the years go by. Or this could have made his job easier. He's sitting back as the population on Earth grows and more little kids.
The Mibs have just emailed you again saying, stop, you're getting too close.
Little kids are believing in Santa. He's feeding off that. He's just sitting back getting more and more powerful as every year Christmas becomes bigger and bigger. And it won't be long before we start celebrating Christmas from November until December.
People are already putting Christmas songs and Christmas decks up in early November.
Yep.
One day it'll be all year round.
Yep, precisely.
What?
We'll have a year of Christmas.
What if Santa is like this mythical creature, again, kind of like it, that comes down to feed and then hibernates all year long? And he used to eat people, but now people leave out all these drinks and food for him. It makes his life a lot easier because he ain't got to hunt. So he's just lazy.
Yeah, could be. I mean, I ain't leaving him shit if I can take my whiskey.
He's going to get rum this year, next year, every year. You may be thinking that not much of this sounds human, and you'd be right. All of these Santa legends are actually based on Old Norse and pagan stories of spirits whom traverse the sky during winter, just like aliens when you think about it. We mentioned that Christmas Day was sort of copied from St. Nicholas Day to a pagan celebration day to remind children of Jesus. So, let's go pagan, baby. Content warning, the next couple of minutes are about to get nasty. Have you ever wondered why Christmas really became December the 25th? A few thousand years ago, well before the start of the Common Era, two pagan deities were worshipped by the Moabites, who ruled over what is today modern Jordan. Baal and Tammuz, over time, became known as Chemosh and possibly Moloch. The name changed, but the worship remained. In ancient Moab, there was a public celebration around December the 25th, and by celebration, I mean bloody ritual sacrifice. Parents would list the things that they wanted over the next year, and then a priest would erect a hollow metal statue of Chemosh. Inside, the priest would light a fire before placing the children born that year on Chemosh's lap, where they would burn and many would perish. The children were sacrificed to Moloch to enable the prayers of their parents to be answered. You can read about this in the Bible, Jeremiah 7:31 and Leviticus 18:21. Moloch can also be linked back to the Egyptian god Osiris, by the way. Change the name and move on. Nobody will know. Moloch wore a Santa hat.
Before we continue,
Yes?
I have a question.
I don't have an answer, but ask away.
The priest would light a fire
Yep.
and would place the children born that year on Shemosha's lap,
Yep.
and many would burn away in perish.
I've got an illustration of this for you. Yep.
So, is it a case of only the strong will survive? Is it like, are the ones that didn't perish somehow chosen and the ones that did deemed as inferior?
I suppose that's arguable in a way, but they are literally being burned. So if not from the heat, smoke inhalation is going to get some of them, but some would likely survive.
Every child born that year.
Well, it's not every child.
Well, you've just said children born that year.
Yeah, but
You've
only
not
the
said
ones who are asking for things. So
okay.
not every family is going to...
Oh, okay. So,
And meanwhile, you could potentially... no, you couldn't, could you?
so if you asked for something that year, you could...
At a stretch, and excuse the pun, someone could have 2 children in a year also.
I was about to say, could you only ask for something if you had a child born that year?
Well, what are you going to sacrifice if not? What you
Someone
got?
else's kid.
Savage.
Savage times.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
That's why I'm
this
asking.
This is a genuinely savage process,
Like,
isn't it? Disgusting.
You could set, or not set a precedent, but you could have a dispute with someone, and that could be settled by saying, okay,
The next
when
few-
you have a kid, I'm going to ask for something. Your kid gets sacrificed. I don't know how they worked.
Yeah, I don't know if it quite works that way, but that's pretty...
Because I was thinking, if every kid is sacrificed that year, how is the population growing?
I wonder if people ever sacrifice their child to pray to have a child.
If they weren't happy with the child they got, so they prayed for another.
Oh, olden times were crazy. What are ancient deities? Are they monsters, demons, or are they actually beings from other worlds, other times? I put it to you, good sir, that Santa, Saint Nicholas, Moloch is either a demon, an evil wizard, or an alien. We've covered the Bible. Now, let us analyse what is basically the Bible of Santa to evidence this. Today, I present to you the possibility that Santa is Moloch, Santa is Baal, Santa is Shemosh, Santa is Osiris, Santa is an all-powerful, all-knowing, evil alien. How do we know this, you may ask? Santa Claus is coming to town, baby! The lyrics begin. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Immediately, that is an ominous statement. It's basically a threat when you really think about it. You better not cry, or what exactly? Why do we need to watch out if Santa isn't evil? He's making a list. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
So, in the first line, they're telling you not to be a bitch. Essentially. Don't be a weak little bitch. Don't cry. Don't pout. I mean, you could be good. Someone could hurt you. Are you not allowed to cry? You got to toughen up. Not be a little bitch. If you went back and cracked them with a baseball bat, are you classed as, like, are you on his good list then?
So you're suggesting Santa is a fan of tough love, basically.
Sounds like it. I'm not suggesting that. That's what it sounds like.
Okay. Well, I'm going...
Santa's like bad cop. Santa's dad. Daddy Santa.
See now.
They did say that Daddy, I saw Mummy kissing Santa.
Well, I might have got to that one in a little bit.
Daddy's home.
He's making a list. He's checking it twice. We've basically just established that Santa is the all-seeing eye. This Sauron mother trucker is checking what you and yours are up to. And why, I ask you? This son of a gun is considering who to fricking nail next. And he is coming to your town. Why do little children cry when they get on Santa's lap? They know. The truly innocent can see evil for what it is.
I was about to say that they can sense it.
Yeah. You lose that ability as you get corrupted by the world, but when you're a little bubba, you know. You can see through Santa.
Is that why my niece hates me?
She doesn't hate you.
My youngest one does.
No, she does hate you, actually, yeah.
She freaks out when I walk through the door.
Why?
I'm not. Well, to be fair, I probably see her once a month. Or once every other week or something. My other nieces, I saw them every day.
Yeah.
So they got used to me very quickly. Youngest one, no. So as soon as I walk through the door, she reaches for our mum. I find it hilarious. Stop being a wuss.
Tough love. Stop being a wuss. Slap her across the room.
What was hilarious is the other day she had my sister's phone and she was flicking through videos on it. And then I just flicked the video the other way and she just stared at the phone and then just stared at me and then wouldn't touch the phone.
She knows.
She was like, there's a demon here.
Alright, let us continue with our analysis. He sees you when you're sleeping.
Creep.
Sauron.
It's you. People's cupboard.
And he knows when you're awake. Sauron. / me. He knows if you've been good or bad. Sauron. So be good for goodness sake. Sauron, Sauron, Sauron. The song is a warning. This is a straight up threat that you will find out if you F around. Ever asked yourself why Santa wears red? To cover the blood, my friends. The song basically repeats from there, and we've made the hidden context clear, so let us now introduce you to another exhibit.
Exhibit A.
Elves. Elves are roaming spirits, fairies, hobgoblins, yes, goblins. Goblins. That is outlined in the Webster's Dictionary of 1828. Dr. Kurt Koch wrote in the Occult ABC in 1978 that the elf's chief is the devil. Is Santa the gosh damn devil? Why is this red motherfucker hanging around with elves? Ignore the Christmas animations. Elves are not good. Goblins. Santa is basically the Goblin King.
Greybeard has inserted a picture of Mr. David Bowie here from Labyrinth. And Labyrinth. And he has circled his, how should I say this? Almighty codpiece.
I did no such thing. That's just where your eyes were drawn.
His crotch rocket.
Merry Christmas. I'm just going to read you Isaiah 63, 2-3 quickly. 2. Why is your apparel red, and your garments like the ones who treads in the winepress? 3. I have trodden the wine, trough alone.
Isn't that trough?
Trough alone. And of the people, there was no one with me. I also trod them in my anger, and trampled them in my wrath. And their lifeblood is sprinkled on my garments, and I stained all my clothes.
So basically,
Dirty bastard.
These mother truckers wanted him to do all the work so they could get all the wine, and he'd had enough. And it's like, F this. I'm not sitting here working for you bitches.
Uh-huh.
So he trod the wine, drunk the wine, and then trod them in his rage.
The king of the goblins went goblin mode.
Exactly.
What is goblin mode?
It's like God mode. But goblins. Ran around stomping like this.
Walking in rows like 12 people. Marching their arms up in the air. Goblin mode! Everyone puts on the Green Goblin voice.
Pretty much.
Santa says ho ho ho.
That's actually cut short. Ho ho hobgoblins! Attack!
That's not honourable though, is it? He's calling for his ladies and gentlemen and others of the night. Ho ho ho, baby! Next up, Santa, baby. This is a sex song. You've all heard the way Eartha Kitt sang this one. Sultry. This lady is trying to entice Santa down her chimney. Evidence of both Santa being a wizard or magical deity and of people making deals with Santa in exchange for material wealth a la demon. And yes, that absolutely is innuendo. Don't let the radio tell you otherwise. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Enticing an evil entity by alluding to virginity. This is what is happening. It's right in front of you. Sign your ex on the line. Demon deal. A ring. I don't mean on the phone. Does she mean bum fun? I'm not saying that she does, but I'm not saying that she doesn't. Another song. You mentioned it earlier. I saw Mummy kissing Santa Claus. I don't even need to analyse that. It's all in the title. People think this creature is making children happy, but he's actually rogering and otherwise manipulating parents, probably to take their souls.
And then let children get away with absolute murder. Therefore making children happy. A ring, and I don't mean on the phone. Does that mean a eternal contract?
For the
Unbreakable.
soul.
A loop that cannot be broken?
Perhaps. What do they call them? Halfway demons or something? The ones that make deals? Crossroads demon?
Something like that.
There's a lot of evidence when you put it together.
Just wondering if I've ever made a deal.
What, Eartha Kitt?
No. Thinking back to me being a kid.
Oh, you wonder if you ever made a
Yeah.
deal. I thought you said either of them. You said I
No. If I've...
made a deal. We used to go out dressed as Santa ourselves every year for a long time.
No, we did.
Every Christmas Eve. Did anyone ever make a deal with you?
Moving on.
Ariana Grande asked Santa, Santa, tell me if he really cares. All mother trucking knowing Sauron mother trucker. Do I have to give you more? In Here Comes Santa Claus, Elvis Presley said, jump in bed and cover your head, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. What? Why do you need to cover your head when Santa comes? Santa is not a good being. He brings destruction wherever he walks or floats. The Killers' 2007 song, Don't Shoot Me Santa, contains the line, Santa's got a bullet in his gun. This song is basically a request for Santa not to murk. A man is running from his past and Santa knows what he's done. Sauron! How does Santa know everything? Can Santa see your soul? Is that how he knows which ones are tasty?
Damn, son. He's going by the colour of your soul. Like a ribeye steak.
Demon knows everything. How else could he possibly know?
Do you reckon he likes his souls rare or well done?
Probably well done. I'm assuming that rare are the innocent ones.
Or he likes them rare,
He likes them dirty.
and then once he's taken their soul, they literally turn out to be bastards of the world.
That makes their bodies well done.
They then become arseholes after he's taken their soul.
Have you ever written a letter to Santa?
Don't think I ever have.
No, I don't. I'm sure I must have, but I don't recall it. If I ever did, it wasn't a regular thing. It probably would have been as like part of a school lesson or something.
I definitely know at one point I have left cookies and carrots for Santa and his Rudolph. Santa and his reindeer.
I think I've said this before, but having older sisters, I knew Santa wasn't real at quite a young age, and I just used to pretend to go along with it. I sound like a miserable child.
You are.
I am.
I have a question for you now then.
Right.
As you are going to be a parent yourself quite soon, are you going to let your child indulge in the belief of Santa?
Oh, absolutely. I'm getting that rum. They're going to be like 30 and still believe in Santa. You better be good.
Rum and cookies.
Maybe a shortbread slice half dipped in chocolate. Oh, yeah. Santa's got specific tastes in this household.
And a protein shake for his reindeer.
The kid looks out of the window on Christmas Eve and sees me riding you down the road. Rum and protein in hand. Off to the pub. Why does nobody know about the true Santa? As children grow up, they begin to love Santa Claus just as the Moabites loved Shemosh. But the little children, untarnished by the world, can see Santa for who Santa really is. Now you know too. The devil's greatest trick was convincing the world that he doesn't exist. Be safe, people. Be safe. I've looked all over the internet for evidence to refute these claims, and there is nothing out there which can prove that Santa is not evil. Nothing. So next time you hear something about Santa, really, really listen. Today, Saint Nicholas rolls up with Krampus every year to reward good children and beat the shit out of naughty kids. And we still don't know why they travel together. But that's a previous episode, and as we've said, perhaps they are the same entity. Santa is an evil alien wizard deity. The end.
What if they aren't the same people, but they're twins?
Yeah, also possible. Twins doing bad together like the craze. Christmas craze.
Or one loves to revel in the beating of naughty kids. The other one just likes to hop in and out every now and again. He's like, I'm going to go give the good ones some presents. You beat the bad ones. He's like, come and try it every now and again.
They switch it up, take turns, because they love beating the kids.
And Krampus didn't make it as a good Santa because he just kept giving everyone coal. You've got to, you've got to work at the present, actually make them something that they'll like, and he's just like, coal, no, coal, coal, coal. Not what you like, what they like, coal. Coal good. They didn't like it, so he just beats them. And every now and again, when Santa's really pissed off, maybe he's had an argument with Mrs. Claus, he joins his brother. Goes out beating some kids.
When he's had an argument with Mrs. Claus.
Takes his aggression out on naughty children.
In summary, we've covered Saint Nicholas, who was a rich Christian orphan who was tormented by the Roman Empire while supporting the growth of Christianity. Nicholas had magical powers. Nicholas is saint of some interesting areas which don't all necessarily lend themselves to the holy life. Was Nicholas turned dark by the torture, or was old Nick evil all along? The Dutch legend of Sinterklaas grew out of Saint Nick and in turn became Santa Claus. We covered Santa's demonic abilities, including the power to move you, and then we explored Santa's actual pagan child sacrifice roots. The Moabites worshipped Baal, later Shemosh and Moloch. and would sacrifice their children in exchange for what they wanted next year. This became a festival of sorts, which was then adopted by the Christian faith to celebrate the life of Jesus and combined with the story of St. Nicholas to form Santa Claus and in turn Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Nobody ever really thinks about what he wants, do they? This is an all-powerful wizard, potentially from another world, based in paganism and child sacrifice that may predate history itself. We explored some Santa songs to uncover the truth. There are warnings and messages hidden within many popular Santa songs. We evidenced that Santa is all-knowing, is looking to make a deal for your soul, and that Santa likes a bang. We wondered whether St. Nicholas was a wizard turned evil by his torture, whether Old Nick was an ancient deity, or whether ancient deities are actually aliens, predating earthly civilizations. Is there anything you want to discuss before we conclude in the spirit of Christmas, Mr. Moonwalker?
Does Santa only want your soul, or does he want more? He's giving out
your ass.
He's giving out so much. But then, like you said, it's never mentioned what he wants.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's evil.
Did parents turn around and make a deal with him? We will let you take the souls of evil children or bad kids if you reward the good ones. We can't afford to give our children anything at this time of year, this festival time of year, because we're poor and we don't have anything. You've got money. If you reward the good children, we will let you eat the souls of the bad ones.
Make the world a better place.
They're thinking win-win. And now they're telling all the kids to try and be good so that they don't have to pay him. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get out of payment. They're trying to stiff Santa.
Once you've made a deal with Santa, you can't go back on that.
And they're like, kids, just be good. See? We're onto it.
You've got to turn that off at some point.
It's because it's Christmas time.
Nibs are like, you know too much.
So yeah, they're trying to get out of paying Santa. That's what it is. But they're like, you're going to get all this good stuff. All you have to do is be good. You're going to get beaten. Like little Johnny down the road. He's been a naughty boy. So he's getting
Johnny's
beaten.
been a naughty boy.
Little Johnny Wolfskin.
So, are you saying that it was aliens, demons, or wizardry?
I'm saying it's people trying to skirt on the deal that they made with Santa. And is Santa a demon? Maybe.
Yeah, I'll second that. Santa is a demon.
No. I think Santa is a made-up being that is literally just parents made him up to try and make their kids behave.
People might say that about you in 1,000 years.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. And then maybe I'll come back to kill them. Because I'm a demon. Just like Santa may take me in my sleep before the new year. Either way, not real.
Boo. Can't believe you just said Santa's not real on the podcast.
If I happen to go, there is a small box on the left side of my bedroom. Destroy all its contents. No, Santa's not real. He's not a demon. He is not Satan. He is just created to make kids behave.
So you're going to just shit all over the last 45 minutes?
No. I'm gonna piss on it.
So every time we look at Santa, I get more surprised
You
by
get a boner.
by the dark stuff we uncover is where I was going. People think that Santa doesn't exist, but people are stupid. A person knows things. And this person, well...
He knows things.
I think that Santa is based in evil. I'll go that far. Don't trust the red guy. I mean, sure, I'm saying that he's not real as well, but
I mean,
that realness is based in bad stuff, not good stuff.
aren't we taught that the colour red means danger?
Exactly.
Don't balls
It's innate.
hate the colour red?
Any final thoughts before we conclude, Mr. Moonwalker?
What are you doing for Christmas? Apart from the 23rd.
23rd, we're going out for a few Christmas drinkies.
Fuck yeah!
24th,
Yeah.
me and my partner usually get a takeaway Christmas Eve now, so that we're not, or that I'm not hungover on Christmas morning. Times have changed.
I wouldn't say that I'm not allowed to see you guys on Christmas Eve, but
you're not allowed.
If I say I'm going to see the boys on Christmas Eve, it's like, please, no, like,
No, not again. It's happening again.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, Christmas Day I'll be around at my parents'. We're going to try and take Moxley round and see what happens. All the chaos of presents being unwrapped and whatnot might be a bit much for him, and yeah, we might have to take him home and then go back and forth throughout the day, but we'll see. Hopefully he's a good boy. Probably won't be, but we live in hope.
How much time have you got off for Christmas?
I haven't really. I'm just Christmas Day and Boxing Day, but then I'm off the first week of January.
Nice. I'm off from the 18th until New Year's, or until the 2nd, but
Still taking clients in that
Yeah.
time, so you're not really
Not
off,
really
are
off. But 6 hours a day is better than 14.
Is that 6 different clients, or is that your
Yeah.
whole time, including like travel to and from them?
That's 6 clients. Although Christmas, New Year, I'll probably be taking on new clients, so I'll probably do
New
6
year,
to
new me.
8 hours a day. Yeah, that whole thing.
When you say that, Mr. Moonwalker's eyes flash up with pound and dollar signs.
It really doesn't. If anything, I wouldn't say it's the worst time of year, but it's the most annoying time of year. I don't like the whole New Year, New Me thing.
Oh, I've never really. I mean, each to their own, but for me, if you really want to make a change, you make it there and then.
Absolutely.
If you need the
Motivation
of
is
New Year
high.
to make it, you might not want to make it as much as what you think you may, I guess.
Precisely. Although, I will be putting on a presentation called New Year, New You. And
Copyright Mr. Moonwalker.
actually teaching people how to fucking stick with their New Year's resolutions when it comes to weight loss.
I've never set a New Year's resolution for the very reason I just suggested.
Neither have I, but at the gym we get loads of people that do.
Yeah,
and then
and like I
within
say,
2
each to their
months,
own. If that works for people, then fair enough.
they're
but-
gone. But it's because people do too much too soon. So I'll be showing people how to not do too much too soon and to kind of follow a plan for 3 months instead of working out every single fucking day for 4 weeks and then burning yourself out.
Mm-hmm. And then slipping off that wagon. Mm-hmm. Well, that is a wrap for today.
Christmas wrap.
Thank you for merrily listening to But It Was Aliens. Those listens keep us motivated to make the show, so give us a little gift this Christmas if you've enjoyed what we do, and tell a friend. Hey, you could even drop us a little 5-star review to feed Mr. Moonwalker's ego. Or
Feed me.
you could treat yourself to more content if you head on over to patreon.com/But It Was Aliens. Each month, we probe a paranormal case excluding aliens, because we've done a lot of that on the main show, to determine, for example, whether Rasputin was magic, whether a horrid dictator who shall not be named is still alive, and whether a dog has the power of mind control. If you've got suggestions for future episodes, we love to hear them.
Although, do not request the prince that likes pegging. We've already done that.
Oh, yes, we've done that. You can find us at But It Was Aliens on most social media platforms, including on the Twitter. We also have a Facebook group called Extraterrestrial Towers, to which all friendly souls are welcome, and we will one day use this to take over the world. I mean, prove that aliens exist. Outside of that, we both genuinely hope, admittedly me more than Granville, that you have a wonderful Christmas around the people and or things that you love.
Yeah, I hope your Christmas is shit. I kid.
That is it for this episode. He's not kidding. So until next time, who is Christmas Eve? The truth is up there. #. Ho, ho, ho.
Bitch.